So let's take another look at these reference planes on the coordinate system and the base reference planes. And I'll start by creating a box on the XZ reference plane, and I'll go right at the coordinate system point there, and let's just create a box about this size, and I've got it on symmetric. I'm going to turn off the PMI, the dimensions. What happens if I'd like to get to these reference planes at the center here, and I'd like to build a rectangle right in here, and I go to pick on that reference plane. I can see it right there, the coordinate system reference planes, but I can't seem to get to them. Initially this can be really annoying trying to figure out how to identify these planes, but if I hesitate over where I think they are, this little mouse icon appears, and so I can see if I right mouse click there, it says, oh, you'd like to use the base reference plane, the plane off the box, and it sees two planes. It sees this front plane and the back plane, and it also sees the base reference plane, and I'd like to work with that base reference plane. And so anything I draw is going to land on that plane. I can spin that around, I see it's on that base reference plane. So that's one thing you can do. Now another thing that I find though is what happens if I go up here to my and turn on my base reference plane and say, well, I could have used those. But what happens, the box is so big and the planes are inside, I can't see them. I want to change the body to say white clear, and I'm just going to click on that so I can see the reference planes inside there a little better. But again, I go to identify those, and if I wanted to draw a circle on the XC plane, I hesitate, and I can see those planes, which is nice. See how when I hesitate, just wait, right mouse click, oh, there's the base plane, there's the back of the box plane, here's the front XY plane. So I could pick on that, and anywhere I sketch on this, if I sketch anywhere, if I just draw a circle here, that's sort of hard to see. Initially you might think, well, is it that at the front? No. I picked on the middle, so it's in the middle. But here's another thing you can do. Create your own reference planes. If you come up here to right here where it says planes, and I pick on the middle button there, and it says, what sort of plane do you want? Normal to curve, by 3 points, tangent. Well, I'm going to come up to the one above that and create my own coordinate reference plane. And so I can use the center planes, I can use these planes, and these are easy to get to. If I wanted to use one from the center, I could do that also. I could just come and hesitate, right mouse click, and say I want this plane, and it shows the steering wheel in here, and I'm going to grab that and I'm going to pull this out anywhere out here, and I've just created an additional reference plane. Now I could keep moving that. I could click on that again and say I would like to create another one, or I could move this one. If I click there, it just moves that one. But if I go up here and it says, well, I'd like to copy it, if I highlight that button, then it lets me copy. So I could create another one right over here. I'm also free to use the wheel. If I click on that, I could rotate this around and create a reference plane, say at 45 degrees. And then I could go and sketch on that reference plane. So if I wanted to do that, I could come out here and sketch, and I could lock to that plane. And it turns on my lock, and I see the lock's on, and I can do a shape right there. And I might want to do a circle at the center, and if I extrude that, you can see it extrudes that at an angle. And so don't be afraid to create your own reference planes. Just click on any, grab them, move it up, and you've got your own new reference plane. So I'm just going to undo all this geometry, click the undo button, and back up. Now one last thing is, if I know I'm going to build a big part or a small part, I could go and create my own reference planes, and I could just move this one out so I can see it clearer. And when I'm on this reference plane and highlighted in green, you can see up here there's these options, and if I pull down here, I could say I'd like to resize. I can just simply grab on the corner of this reference plane and make this any size I want.